Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Happy Homeschool Friday. So again, if you have been following me for a while, you already know the drill. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I try to post planner related things, but because I am a homeschool mom who plans, I like to include homeschool stuff. So my homeschool stuff is going to be designated to Fridays only. So, anyways, that might change in the future. Who knows? But, anyways, I wanted to say if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Stephanie. If you've already hit that subscribe button, you already know you mean the world to me. So, if you have started watching my Homeschool Fridays playlist, then you know that I'm slowly introducing what we're doing. We are a year-round homeschool family. And this year, we're literally going to try to do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So that is going to be our rhythm this year. I have an eighth grader and a fifth grader. So I have been focusing mainly on my eighth grader because to me, eighth grade is one of those pivotal points that we want to make sure that we have all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted to make sure we're have a smooth transition into high school. And she will be doing honors English for the first part, for the most part, until I figure out how I'm going to do the dual credit with the college. So, with that being said, today I am focusing on my fifth grader. So, he is, again, my child that has never been to a brick and mortar school. So he is all self-taught and he's smart as a whip. So I'm excited. So I have been going back and forth on some things, but I think I am officially done and for the most part have all of the things that we are going to use for our fifth grade year, with the exception of science and history. Now, I did order the science. I let him pick from the good and the beautiful. So, um, I did let him choose which one he wanted. They have a whole bunch that you can choose from. So he did choose weather and water. He did choose birds at first, but I was like, seriously, I think he chose birds because he was just like, I don't want to do science. But I'm like, you have to do science. So why don't we try again and go with something that's fun? So a little bit about him is he has a fear of weather. So I am from that mindset of if you're scared of something, you need to face it head on. So that way you can see, oh, I really wasn't scared of what I thought it really was. So I'm thinking that with the weather and water, because he's scared of water too, is let's learn about it so that way we can, get in front of our fear and see that it's really nothing to fear. So that was my thinking in that. So he went ahead and chose weather and water. And then right now I'm up in the air. Well, I'm not going to say up in the air. I went ahead and went with not grass history. So I researched that one and it looks good. And I like the way they actually they're an inclusive history for the most part. And then again, what we do here is I incorporate more Black history into our curriculum, just so they can know more about what we contributed to our country. So, but with that being said, if you haven't checked out Not Grass, she actually gives you an opportunity to do like 3 chapters for free. So I went ahead and printed out part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fully print out um, the first three chapters and see if we like it. And then from there, we'll decide if we're going to continue with it. And I'll just purchase it probably after the first or second chapter. We should know. So that's what we're doing for history and science. So, yay, I've ordered the good and the beautiful. So it should be here, in 5 to 7 business days, whatever. So, my other thing I was going back and forth with was spelling. Now I was thinking, should I buy a spelling curriculum or should I? So I was going between spelling UC and then all about spelling. But we have done all about spelling before and we didn't really jive right with it. So I just scratched that one off. And then spelling UC looks good, but then for I'm gonna switch gears real quick, but we are going with master books, language lessons for living education. And in here, it literally has spelling words. So I said, hold off. I'm going to hold off on actually purchasing a spelling curriculum, and I'm going to see how we do with the spelling words because they have a lot of spelling words in here. I'm going to see if I can show you some, but there are a lot of spelling words in here. So if you see this, let's see if I can show it. Right here, that's their spelling list. So I'm going to see if we can learn this way by breaking it up. This one has about 20, so probably breaking them up 5 a day. And then it has different things. Let's make it fun. Write fun sentences until you use all your spelling words. So I know my kid, he's not going to do that in one sitting. So we have to break it up into bite-sized pieces. But I'm going to see how that works because it also has, you see on this page, it also breaks it down into, they have a lot of spelling rules. So with what we learned and all about reading up until now, and what they have, we're just going to be reintroducing what he's already learned, and then we're going to see how the spelling goes from there. If we're having a difficult time with spelling, then I will go ahead and purchase Spelling UC because, I mean, yeah, I'm thinking that's what I might do because I like the way that one is very visual for a kinesthetic type of kid, which they both kids are. They're just like me. They're visual learners. So I'm thinking that might work. But we're gonna try to go with the spelling here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and switch gears. So we will be doing this for our language arts. And then along with the Master Books Language Lesson for a Living Education, we're going to do Fix It Grammar. And this is the first one, the nose tree. So we will be doing this. Again, my daughter is the one who is super strong in language arts, and my son not so much. So we will probably be doing this together until he gets a solid grasp on breaking down stuff. He will be continuing his handwriting, and we have the good and the beautiful handwriting, and this is level 3, and this is a soft approach to cursive. So he really doesn't like the cursive, but they have to learn cursive. That's just one of my things that I'm staying grounded to. I learned cursive, and cursive is a good trait to have in the future. So he'll be continuing this. We are going to do Explode the Code. He will be doing this. And then that's pretty much our grammar section. And then for reading, what I got is let's see. For reading, I got the Reading Detective. So we will be doing the Reading Detective, which is really cool. I wish I would have did this more with my daughter, because I like the way that it literally gives you an insert of a popular book, and then you can, and then they answer questions. And then I love it because it has the questions here. And then not only do they want you to answer questions, but if you can see the way the paragraph is written, it has letters and numbers. So that way you're a detective and you're giving the exact location of where you found your answer. So that's teaching them to be excited, about their reading. So I love that in a fact. So I'm going to do that. So then what's left is I will incorporate probably 2 to 4 outside reading. And right now, what's sticking out is Percy Jackson, and then The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, that one. And we'll do 2 books where we can just read and have that. So he's learning how to read more detailed books, and we will go from there. So let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, so for math, we will continue Master Books Math Level 4, but what I'm going to do first is we're going to go back to the basics. So we're going to do the Learn Math Fast system. So I'm going to do, let's see, the basic operations, which is this first book, and we'll see how far we get. And then this is volume 2, which is fractions, decimals, and percentages. So we will work on both of these this year. And then as we come up to the things that we have studied or the worksheets from Master Books Level 4 Math, that will just be extra. So it's going to be a supplement to make sure we're learning the math problem. So we'll learn this, and then as we get more in depth, then I can start including the fourth grade master books math, if that makes sense. So that's what we're doing here. Um, if you're interested in the Learn Math Fast system, I will drop my code in the description link. I mean, in the description, and you can click the link. And if you click on that link, you can get a 10% discount on this book system. And it actually has a very detailed system. It goes all the way up to geometry. So you can literally do all your math with this. So that's why I decided to do it, because we're going to fill in holes. I'll even be doing this with my daughter, my eighth grader, just to make sure there's no holes and no gaps along with her. So that is a look into what I'm doing for our fifth grade curriculum. And we do start September 15th. So that will be our official start date. But at least I got one kid pretty much done, with the exception of just ordering the his science coming in and then deciding if I'm going to go with the history or not. But again, I will incorporate what we have here as far as Black history, and we go from there. So if you want to take a look into any of those books, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments, and I will be happy to flip through any of those books for you. If you have any questions, also let me know. And hopefully this is helpful if you had a fifth grader and you're most people already started, I know, but if you're like me, you're still watching videos on things that you might want to do. But that is what we are going to be doing for my fifth grade. So the next video that I will come through with, hopefully, is I'm going to be setting up my eighth graders binder. So I will have a video on that and how I'm actually setting it up, what's going in it, and go from there. So thank you guys for joining me today. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, subscribe. And if you want to be notified every time I drop a video, hit the bell. But I appreciate you immensely, and happy homeschooling. I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye.